So welcome. I'm glad that you've joined me today. Today's meditation is a functional one that you can listen to and follow while working or driving a car. It'll work on many levels as it will help you to be present and calm at any given time, which is a very powerful experience. So this series will help train you to keep your mind clear, remain calm, and live confidently in the present moment. So let us begin. Take in a deep breath, inhale, and exhale. Check your shoulders. Are they relaxed? Whatever you're doing at this moment, can you do it with your shoulders down and relaxed? Now smile, a big, huge smile. Throughout this meditation, hold these two poses, relaxed shoulders and huge smile. Take another deep breath in and exhale. We will identify areas where you are lost or have lost yourself. Old beliefs of dependence, controlling experiences, shame and humiliations, fears, stories, people, lifestyles, attitudes, and demands. We will focus on beliefs that your mind is ready to embrace or release, where it is ready for change, progress, and transformation. So hear these words and feel them deep within your body, your mind, and your soul, and allow them to penetrate deep within your heart. You are absolutely worthy of every virtue. You are worthy of every life-giving belief. As you hear these statements and let them into your heart, they will transform you gently, profoundly, and bring greater and higher good into your life. There have been times in your life where you have been rejected and abandoned, where you have not had enough or felt that you were not enough. You may have experienced a lack of love and compassion, leaving you feeling rejected and worthless. At these times, you may have acted in a way to prevent rejection by consuming as much of everything that you can. You may be over-collecting, addicted to acquiring, unwilling to authentically give and to lose what has been acquired, because you never had enough of anything. You don't accept who you are, so you acquire to define your existence. This is where your greatest need is, to believe and accept that you are enough and that you have enough, and there is an infinite source available to you at all times, and it comes from within. When you are in a state of balance, drawing on your innate inner strength, you have all that you need. Resources are freely and abundantly available to you. You are supported and are whole in every situation. You no longer expect validation, nurturance, support, and love from others. Your concern is not about rejection, but about acceptance from within. You put yourself into life and accept your real and beautiful self. You can clearly see that you have all the time you need. You clearly see that there are infinite opportunities to get your needs met. Rejection no longer defines you, your choices, or your interaction with life. In this balanced state, you are free to give. You are free to love. You are free to put others' needs before your own in any given situation. You find great fulfillment in giving because your resources never run dry. There are no conditions on your gifts because you are aware that there is always enough to go around. In this balanced state, you break the pattern of rejection and rejecting. So these statements will help bring up and shift the energy of rejection and abandonment so that you can begin to freely give of yourself, to see your divine worth, and to let go of anything that holds you in a state of lack. So take a deep breath and exhale, and we'll start. Imagine looking into a mirror and talking directly into your soul. And in this moment, speak this maxim to yourself with the care and compassion you would give to the most apprehensive of beings. So repeat after me. Take kindness and benevolence as basis. Take frankness and friendliness to heart. Speak with reason. Treat with courtesy. Act with emotion and accomplish results. So let us release the fear of being less than and rejected. We will breathe after each statement, consciously creating new pathways of response. So repeat after me. I give myself permission to bring up and address the unconscious beliefs that have kept me stuck in patterns of response that bring harm to myself and others. Breathe. I give myself permission to forgive the people and institutions that have influenced my beliefs when they have encouraged distorted beliefs, even when they believed it was right. Breathe. I forgive myself for my incorrect interpretation of the love and care that was offered to me. Breathe. I ask others to forgive me when I have hurt or caused harm to them because of my mistaken interpretation of reality. Breathe. And release. I forgive myself for believing that I am lacking. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing I am not enough. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing I don't have all that I need to be whole and happy. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing I need nurturing from others to be fulfilled. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing that I lack nurturing and love from others. Breathe. I forgive myself for abandoning myself and leaving the care of myself to others. Breathe. I forgive myself for withholding love and care from myself. Breathe. I forgive myself for blaming others for my emptiness and lack of happiness. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing I don't have enough of anything. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing that I don't have enough to meet my needs on a daily basis. Breathe. I forgive myself for looking for things outside of me to correct what is mine to correct. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing I will never have enough of anything. Breathe. I forgive myself for creating life experiences only to prove that I never had enough. Breathe. I forgive myself for withholding love and energy from others so that I will have enough. Breathe. I forgive myself for refusing to give freely without conditions. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing that everyone chooses to leave and abandon me. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing I am rejected. Breathe. I forgive myself for rejecting myself. Breathe. I forgive myself for rejecting others. Breathe. I forgive myself for failing to love and to care for myself. Breathe. I forgive myself for failing to love and compassionately care for others. Breathe. I forgive myself for failing to love and care for others so that it looks good for me. Breathe. I forgive myself for loving and caring for others out of my own needs and not for truly caring about theirs. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing that I don't have enough to give fully and completely. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing I can't give, or if I do, I will be left empty. Breathe. I forgive myself for continually taking without giving. Breathe. I forgive myself for being focused on my own needs. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing I am weak and powerless. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing I have no energy to take in. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing I have no limitless capabilities within me. Breathe. I forgive myself for turning off my precious and infinite capabilities. Breathe. I forgive myself for choosing behavior to validate my weakness and neediness. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing I am not enough and can never be enough. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing I don't have enough and must acquire more from others. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing that I need more. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing I am limited by time, space, and resources. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing that I am forever limited. Breathe. I forgive myself for failing to acknowledge myself as a divine, limitless power. Breathe. I forgive myself for choosing behavior that limits or cuts me off from my infinite capabilities. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing I don't have enough to care for myself. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing I can't love and care for myself. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing I need others to do it for me. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing I am poor and without resources. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing that this can never change unless others do it for me. Breathe. I forgive myself for failing to love, care, and nurture myself. Breathe. I forgive myself for withholding love and care for myself to maintain my unhappiness. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing I have no experience of my infinite source from within. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing I can't feel happiness within me. Breathe. I forgive myself for ignoring my divine spiritual connection to the giver of all, the great creator. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing I don't have enough time. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing there isn't enough time. Breathe. I forgive myself for hating my existence here. Breathe. I forgive myself for creating life experiences that validate that I don't have enough time. Breathe. I forgive myself for wasting precious time and resources. Breathe. I forgive myself for defining myself by my weaknesses. Breathe. I give myself permission to acknowledge the lies that I tell myself to justify my feelings and behaviors. Breathe. I give myself permission to change the story. Breathe. I give myself permission to feel deeply that I am loved and nurtured. Breathe. I give myself permission to feel deeply that I am completely filled and have everything I need. Breathe. I give myself permission to feel deeply that I am and I have enough. Breathe. I give myself permission to feel deeply that my inner child is loved and nurtured. Breathe. I give myself permission to love and nurture my inner child, to speak kindly and compassionately to myself. Breathe. From this day forward, I will love and accept and nurture myself. Breathe. From this day forward, I am enough. Breathe. From this day forward, I have all that I need and use my resources creatively and wisely. Breathe. From this day forward, I will love and care for myself by filling myself up when I feel low. From this day forward, I am capable and I have enough. Breathe. My life is filled with experiences of abundance and fulfillment. Breathe. Those I love stay with me, and I appreciate all they contribute to my well-being, even if it's small. Breathe. I love and appreciate all of my relationships. Breathe. I love and accept myself because I am self-sufficient. Breathe. I radiate energy and life and give freely to others. Breathe. I am strong and capable. Breathe. I can feel and cultivate my own energy. Breathe. I can feel my energetic core from within, and I am limitless. Breathe. I love and accept myself exactly as I am in each moment. Breathe. I care for and nurture myself. Breathe. I speak kindly and compassionately to myself. Breathe. I know and experience my true self as powerful and limitless. Breathe. I have always have the right amount of time to complete my tasks and more. Breathe. I have enough time to nurture and love myself. Breathe. I have an abundance of time for all my needs and for all the needs of others. Breathe. I am safe in the present moment, and I will always have what I truly need. Breathe. I am thankful and grateful for each precious moment. Breathe. I love enjoying the abundance of each moment, and I am grateful for existing here, now. And breathe. Smile and relax your shoulders. And on the day when the weight deadens on your shoulders and you stumble, May the clay dance to balance you. And when your eyes freeze behind the gray window and the ghost of loss gets into you, may a flock of colors, indigo, red, green, and azure blue, come to awaken in you a meadow of delight. And when the canvas frays and the kirk of thought and a stain of ocean blackens beneath you, may there come across the waters a path of yellow moonlight to bring you safely home. May the nourishment of the earth be yours. May the clarity of light be yours. May the fluency of the ocean be yours. And may the protection of the ancestors be yours. And so, may a slow wind work these words of love around you, an invisible cloak to mind your life. Take a deep, renewing breath and release what doesn't serve you. You are now creating something new, bringing acceptance into existence in the present moment. You are carrying more power and stronger beliefs to manifest the peace, happiness, and calm that is divinely gifted to you at all times. So smile and embrace the universe as you start making a positive difference in your world. Thank you.